Yeah, but sure. Good morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome on this beautiful Colorado morning. My name is Brian Zwinell. I'm the Associate Dean of Student Life, and I have the distinct honor of welcoming the class of 2028, their guests and their loved ones, to the Matriculation Ceremony, affectionately known as the White Coat Ceremony. I would also like to welcome our Gold Humanism Honor Society inductees and their guests. It is truly an honor to stand before you and welcome this new generation into the medical profession. But you may be asking, what is the purpose of this ceremony? The White Coat Ceremony began in 1993. It was started by the Arnold P. Gold Foundation, which was formed for the purpose of highlighting humanism in medicine. The White Coat Ceremony is meant to serve not only as a rite of passage, but also to emphasize that sincere empathy, compassion, and respect for all are critical components of the profession. You're going to hear similar sentiments from Dean Sampson, which I think reflects the fact that this is the culture that we support. Some have criticized the glorification of the white coat as a sign of elitism, but that is certainly not our intent. Our goal is to send a message that in your career, you need to realize that a truly competent physician is one who balances excellence in science and clinical skills with compassionate patient care for all individuals in our community. And has there ever been a time that's been more important to emphasize this? We know from learning about our class of 2028 that the experiences that have shaped them thus far, they already hold strong beliefs that there is meaningful purpose to the path they have chosen. We hope that this ceremony serves to reinforce that. Many, if not all, in the class of 2028 were told by someone that they should reconsider the choice of medicine and that perhaps the profession had lost some respect and it is not worth the considerable effort. We've encountered mistrust in science that has never been seen in previous generations, and a belief that at least some physicians are recommending inappropriate care, as that is what notoriously unreliable sources have told us. In addition, the introduction of so many new technologies, while exciting, runs the risk of dehumanizing the care we deliver. I am here to refute such beliefs. I strongly believe that there's never been a better time to enter the profession. The care that we can offer far exceeds anything that has been available to many of us who trained on this stage. Remarkable new therapies are discovered daily. The knowledge and skills needed to navigate a more complex profession contribute to physicians being even more valuable to society. Most importantly, as our society has become increasingly polarized and less personal, physicians have the opportunity to embrace the power of understanding and conveying empathy. We can reach across all artificial separations between arbitrarily defined groups in society and show that everyone possesses the human spirit and deserves kindness. As one of my beloved colleagues frequently says, if on this campus we cannot embrace differences, demonstrate the power of learning from those of differing backgrounds and beliefs, and engage in difficult conversations, how can we expect the rest of the world to do so? To the class of 2028, you have the unique and cherished opportunity to reduce suffering and bridge divides. This may sound particularly daunting, but we are so grateful that you have joined us in this life-changing endeavor. We know you're up to the task and are thankful to have the opportunity to support you on your journey. Thank you. As I conclude, I do want to recognize that it could get a little bit warm today. We do feel free if you need to stand up and take a break to move over to the shade. Our wonderful police department has unlocked the doors over here so people can go in and use the restrooms and get water if they would like. So please feel free to do so. I now have the honor of introducing our wonderful new president of our highly active CU Alumni Alumni Association. I would now like to introduce Dr. Mark Gonsalves, our alumni president.
Good morning. Can y'all hear me all right? Good morning to the class of 2028. Glad to have you here. It's my honor to welcome you to the University of Colorado School of Medicine. And it just does my heart good to see the new faces, the happy faces, the eager faces that y'all represent right now. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Dr. Mark Gonsalves, class of 1982, and president of excuse me, of the CU Medical Alumni Association. I'm honored to be with you on this special day and thrilled to welcome you as the newest members of the Medical Alumni Association. Our members include graduates of the University of Colorado School of Medicine and its residency and fellowship training programs, former and present academic and clinical faculty, and current house staff and students, which now includes you. Welcome to our family of alumni. The mission of the Medical Alumni Association is to help and advance and support the interests of our medical school, support current medical students on their journey to becoming physicians, provide programs and opportunities for our alumni to connect with each other in the School of Medicine, and to develop a lifelong alumni experience. This morning, in recognition of and as a symbol of your inclusion into the timeless fraternity of physicians, you will each receive a Littman 4 cardiology stethoscope, which has generously been provided by the alumni and friends of the School of Medicine. Please note that inside of your stethoscope box, there is a card and a letter for you that includes the name and the address of the physician who donated your individual stethoscope. After today's ceremony, I ask that you please take a moment to write a note using the enclosed thank you card that looks like this in your stethoscope box, and or send an email, if provided, to express your gratitude to your provider for your stethoscope. You can then turn in the written thank you note to the Student Life Office. More information about this is included in your stethoscope box. At the CU Medical Alumni Association, our mission statement talks about connection, and it is fitting that our alumni family has provided this tool for you to connect with and listen to your patients. In the over 200 years that stethoscopes were invented, they have symbolized trust, connection, and the physician-patient bond. Besides giving us critical clinical information, stethoscopes are a vital connection to our fast-paced and often stressful clinical environments that allow us to slow down and literally listen to our patients. Just like the connection and bond these stethoscopes create between physicians and their patient, let them also serve as a reminder of the connection that we all have to each other as physicians. Here with me today to help present the stethoscopes are members of our alumni community, including Dr. Kurt Dallow, class of 1980, Dr. Sarah Milliken-Glabe, class of 2008, Dr. Diana Lujan, class of 1985, Dr. William Maniatis, class of 1965, Dr. Joe Ozaki, class of 1969, Dr. Douglas Scott, class of 1981, Dr. Linda Williams, class of 1984, and Dr. Clara Winter, class of 1965. As you can see, we are a multi-generational community of graduates here to connect with and support you through your journey to becoming the class of 2028. While the stethoscopes symbolize the connections and bonds you will make with your patients, they equally represent the bonds that you will form with your classmates and your mentors through your journey, during your journey through medical school. Although the landscape of medical education and training has changed in the 40-some years since I was in medical school, many things are similar. These include absorbing the vast body of knowledge to which you will be exposed and be expected to absorb, which has been likened to drinking from a fire hose, agonizing over time management, how much and what to study for how long before each next big test, the number of which seem endless, how and when and with whom to give yourself a break from the rigors of the curriculum, and how to transition and synthesize your accumulating academic knowledge into clinical knowledge in order to actually take care of patients. I think you'll find that among your strongest support systems through these challenges will be your classmates and your colleagues, many of whom will become long-term and even lifelong friends because they're sharing the same challenges that you are. Along the same lines, the Medical Alumni Association members include graduates and students, house staff, and faculty spanning 6 decades, giving the association a multi-generational group of physicians who also share with you the common bond of having graduated from or worked closely with the University of Colorado School of Medicine, and who have shared similar experiences in the many varied applications of the practice of medicine, and who can pool their knowledge and resources to support each other, including you, the newest members of the group, in the various stages of their careers and beyond. I encourage you to form a relationship with the Medical Alumni Association so that you can reap the benefits of the support and networking that the Medical Alumni Association offers, and so you can then pass your knowledge and experience on to the next generation of physicians. Today, as you don your white coats and stethoscopes this morning, we as the medical alumni want to express our confidence in your ability to carry on the noble tradition of doctoring, which is in part scientific excellence and in part the art of relationships, and know that we are here for you. Because it takes a team to become a doctor, and this journey should not be born alone. Families, friends, mentors, faculty, peers, and we as alumni are ready to lend support and are always here to listen. Congratulations to the class of 2028 and welcome to the University of Colorado School of Medicine.
Thank you, Dr. Gonzalez and the wonderfully engaged Alumni Association. I also wanted to recognize, I saw her just a moment ago, Vanessa Duran from Alumni Association, who's been a wonderful partner for us. Before I introduce our next speaker, I would be remiss if I did not recognize the Office of Student Life staff, Melanie Trinkwald and the staff and OSL who put this wonderful event together. And as you can imagine, there are a lot of moving pieces and they always do a wonderful job. So please. It is with sincere excitement that I introduce our next speaker, who has been a fantastic addition to our campus. He actually started at the School of Medicine earlier this month after an impressive career at Duke University, where he was a senior vice president of the Duke Health System and a distinguished professor of neurosurgery. During his already storied career, he not only received an MD, but also a PhD and an MBA. In addition, he has over 300 peer-reviewed publications. We are extremely excited to welcome Dean John Sampson to our campus and to the podium to welcome his first class as the Dean of the School of Medicine.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Anschutz Medical Campus and to the University of Colorado School of Medicine. I'm John Sampson, and I'm very proud to be here today as your new Dean of the School of Medicine. And we are especially pleased today to welcome the class of 2028. Guess what? This is actually my first white coat ceremony as well. As you've heard, and it dates me a little bit, this tradition is relatively new. But it's also very symbolic to me because today is the first day for me to don my new white CU Medicine lab coat. So it's particularly important. You've heard already this morning a little bit about the new tradition in medical science of the white coat ceremony. And it was created in 1993 by the Arnold P. Gold Foundation. It turns out that Dr. Gold was a pediatric neurologist, a professor at Columbia University, but most importantly, of course, he was a champion for human-centered care. Dr. Gold's concern was that as technology improvements were making care more available, and arguably better for our patients, that something was also being lost. And what was being lost was perhaps that human touch. So in 1988, he and his wife, Sandra, launched the Arnold P. Gold Foundation to recognize the importance of compassionate care. I think part of the concern was that when you recite the Hippocratic Oath at the end of your training, that it's a little bit too late. In Dr. Gold's view and mine, these commitments, this commitment to compassionate care, really must start on day one. And so this white coat ceremony really puts that commitment front and center. Since that first ceremony in 1993, we and hundreds of other healthcare professional schools across the country welcome new students with our own white coat ceremonies. What's special, I think, is that each school puts its own twist on this and adds its own sense of place and history and culture. And you've heard a little bit today about how the University of Colorado has done that. While you receive your white coat today, you also receive a stethoscope. And I'm sorry to tell you that you'll soon receive a bundle of assignments and a mountain of expectations. But don't worry, we are here to help you with that. First, though, I do want to celebrate your accomplishments, those successes that have brought you and your families here today. Looking at the roster for this upcoming class, you've certainly distinguished yourself in academics, but also in your service to our community and through your many commitments and other accomplishments. It's also clear that you have distinguished yourself in another very important way. You have garnered the respect and support of your family, friends, loved ones, teachers, and mentors, many whom are joining you here today. Look at the crowd of supporters behind you. You have very strong networks. And we are here to join them in cheering you on. Remember, you have earned being here. I would also like to thank our school admissions team for the countless hours of work they have already invested in you. In particular, Dr. Jeffrey Suhu, our Assistant Dean for Admissions and Student Life and an Associate Professor in Ophthalmology, is here with us today, and we especially thank him for his tremendous dedication to our school. It is truly an extensive process to pick this class, and yes, he is the one who let you into medical school. Just ask him. Many other leaders are here today from our Office of Medical Education, and I want to welcome them. Notably, Dr. Shanta Zimmer, our Senior Associate Dean for Education and Professor of Medicine. Also on the platform today, I'd like to welcome and thank Maurice Scott, Assistant Dean for Student Affairs, Deborah Seymour, Assistant Dean of Student Success, Liz Gunderson, Assistant Dean of Student Affairs, Nida Awadallah, Assistant Dean of Student Affairs, David Ecker, Assistant Dean for Education, Plains, Jennifer Adams, Assistant Dean for Education, Foothills, Stephen Lowenstein, Associate Dean of Faculty Affairs, Christy Reimer, Associate Dean, Fort Collins Branch, and Chad Stickrath, Assistant Dean, Post-Clerkship Curriculum. So in a sense today, you have a support team in front of you and behind you, and I encourage you to make use of both of those teams of supporters as you go through the next 4 years. As a sign of their commitment, many of our clinical departments are also represented here today to welcome you and to support you. They are really excited to have you as part of their learning community. So I would like to take this moment to acknowledge those departments and chairs or their representatives with us on stage today. First, Vesna Tudorovich from Anesthesiology, Vineet Chopra from Medicine, Thomas Parker from Pediatrics, Whitney High from Dermatology, Rich Zane from Emergency Medicine, Linda Montgomery from Family Medicine, Kenneth Tyler from Neurology, Naresh Mandava from Ophthalmology, Frank Scott from orthopedics, Yuri Agarwal from otolaryngology and head and neck surgery, Ann Thor from pathology, Brian Kavanaugh from radiation oncology, and Richard Schulich from surgery. Their presence here today is symbolic of the value that they and their departments place on our educational mission. The White Coat Ceremony is a rite of passage for medical students across the country. These events are designed to encourage incoming students to make professionalism, empathy, and humanistic patient care a priority in their medical training. It is also our commitment to you to emphasize these characteristics in your training. These skills give meaning to our work and recognize the dignity of each and every person that we care for, regardless of their background. In our clinics and in our hospital wards, we all encounter people of different races, beliefs, and financial circumstances. In a world that too often feels like we are divided from one another, we bring people together for a very noble purpose: to care for one another. We believe we have created a curriculum that hones these skills while emphasizing excellence in developing clinical knowledge and the skills that you need to succeed as a physician. When you graduate, we want you to be the total package: trained in tradition, prepared through excellence, compassionate in your caring, curious in your questions, and continuous in your improvement. Our commitment to guide you through this process is a recognition that our work is more than a job. It is, in fact, a calling to serve. So let's not forget that. As you've heard, the alumni of the School of Medicine are also deeply invested in your success, and they have created the Stethoscope Fund, which you heard about, so that you feel both welcomed and prepared to begin your journey in medical school. As has already been touched on, while the gift of a stethoscope is practical, it is also filled with meaning, and that meaning is to listen carefully. Certainly in my experience, and I suspect if you listen carefully in your experience as well, sometimes listening is the most important part of doctoring. When you carry your stethoscope with you, let it be a constant reminder to listen. This is an amazing time to join the medical profession, and particularly to join the CU School of Medicine. We have strong clinical partners serving children, adults, veterans, and also the most vulnerable in our community. We have designed our curriculum to provide you, our students, authentic roles in patient care and integrate very much into all of our medical teams. We hope you will develop clinical expertise, scientific curiosity, and will have ample time to care for patients through your clinical experiences. You also work in labs and clinics and receive direct patient contact and direct education from our extraordinary faculty. Our school's research programs are truly making discoveries today that are improving lives today in Colorado and, in fact, around the world. Immunotherapy, as an example, my particular area of interest, is now curing patients that had previously cancers that were lethal. Just think for a minute of what that means to their partners, their parents, and their children. Genetic research is now realizing the promise of targeted therapies with less side effects. The power of artificial intelligence is offering us the opportunity to extend our capacity to care for people, and we certainly intend to harness that power. These and many other research advancements are being made today to make tomorrow better for our students, our patients, and each other. I believe we have an absolutely amazing team of educators, clinicians, and researchers who are dedicated to all of our school's missions, and we are excited to have you join that team today. We have great confidence in you and believe that our school will prepare you to become an outstanding physician. So let's get to work. Congratulations. I'd now like to introduce Dr. Arun Kanapan, our keynote speaker. Dr. Kanapan received his medical degree at the University of Texas Medical Branch. He then completed a combined residency in internal medicine and pediatrics, affectionately referred to as MedPeds, at Penn State University, and then moved on to an adult pulmonary and critical care fellowship at the University of North Carolina. As a recovering Dookie, I will not hold that against him today. At the CU School of Medicine, he is a medical content director of physiology and the TREC curriculum, and assistant course corrector for the pulmonary and cardiovascular systems course. Most importantly, I understand that he is a dynamic and engaging speaker. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Arun Kanapan to the podium.
Oh boy. Thank you, Dr. Sampson. Thank you, class of 2027, for the invite. Appreciate it. Those that know me know that I've told myself throughout my life, never pick a fight with a giant crane. But apparently today's the day. Class of 2028, welcome to your white coat ceremony. We here at the School of Medicine are delighted to have you join us as you take your first steps in the profession of medicine. This week, you met several of our faculty, toured our campuses, and got to meet and learn about your classmates with whom you'll be spending many long, demanding days and nights throughout the coming years. You and your classmates are not all alike. Each of you have traveled different paths to get to this new starting line. All of you have different identities which shape who you are and how you view the world. Your individual identities make us collectively stronger through the diversity of thoughts and experience. My personal and professional identities include being a physician, a teacher, a child of Indian American immigrants, a brother, a husband and relatively new father, a pop culture enthusiast, and a total nerd. Like me, you will find ways to incorporate various parts of your identities in your medical career. Despite all of your accomplishments, many of you might be thinking, I'm not sure I belong here. This notion is pervasive in every medical school class. Most of you will think this at some point in your training, and the feeling may come and go throughout your career. To be honest, reading your bios gave me imposter syndrome. Would I even get in at this point? I want you to hear, yes, you belong here. You are matriculating into medical school. You're in. As you move forward in this profession, you will find that many doors are open to you, leading to countless possibilities. What happens next, where you go, is up to you. We want you to succeed and to find your passion. You are highly motivated, hardworking, and thoughtful people. You all also did not come to this point alone. We are surrounded by your closest family and friends, with many more watching from afar, all beaming with pride. Family who has raised you, who has sacrificed for you, and who is so glad for your future job security. And friends who all started texting you pictures of rashes saying, "Is this fine?" ever since you declared yourself pre-med, who have been with you through all manners of wonderful and tough times. Let's take a moment to give a round of applause and show your gratitude for the important people in your lives. It feels like it was just 17 years ago when I was in your shoes. I remember the feeling of anxious anticipation and what was to come. And as with any new endeavor, nothing will make that feeling completely go away besides starting. However, with the help of your classmates, I have compiled a list of a few high-yield tips for success. In medical school, I first wore my white coat during a clinical immersion in an orthopedic surgeon's clinic. I was taking a history and a complete review of systems, which is a laundry list of symptoms covering every major organ system, on a patient presenting with foot pain. The attending asked me, did the patient have claudication? Claudication? I asked back, having missed that item on the long list. Do you know what claudication means? I didn't. I felt deflated. My first clinic patient and I blew it. Which brings me to my first tip. Cut yourself some slack. Allow yourself some self-affirmation. One of your upperclassmen writes, my piece of advice is not to worry about the things you don't need to know yet. I find a lot of my anxiety stems from being presented with a disease during preceptorship that I know nothing about. When I let myself be a learner, I feel less stressed. After I looked up claudication, which is muscle pain triggered by activity and relieved by rest, I told myself, hey, at least you got most of that right. You're doing fine. After a few months in med school, I felt like I found my rhythm. I wanted to learn as much as I could, as efficiently as I could, even if that meant not going home for Thanksgiving. What I did not know was that all restaurants are closed on Thanksgiving Day. So I went to the grocery store, bought a sad, uninspiring, pre-cooked turkey leg, shoved it into my microwave in my apartment. As I tried to remove that hot turkey leg out of the microwave, I dropped it, the gravy, all over the floor. I stared for what felt like hours at that burnt, splattered mess, and I realized that it was a perfect metaphor for how I felt. Which leads me to my second tip, go home for the holidays, when you can. Yeah, I see you applauding. Find the things that recharge you and pursue them. Spend time with family and friends. Explore Colorado's trails, crags, and slopes. Keep an exercise regimen. Play your musical instrument. Roll for initiative with your D&D group. Walk around the neighborhood with your dogs, or lie low with a cup of hot tea and a good book with your cats. Importantly, check in with yourself regularly. Ask for help early, before you feel like burnt, splattered grocery store turkey. My next statement might be slightly controversial, and I'd like to state that the following opinion is my own and does not represent the CU School of Medicine at large. I believe that Peter Jackson's The Hobbit trilogy is not that bad. I would go as far to say, it's pretty great. Did it match the cinematic perfection of The Lord of the Rings? Maybe not. Was it 2 to 3 hours longer than necessary? Probably. But the journey was pretty great. In an exchange written for the films, Lady Galadriel asked Gandalf the Grey, why the halfling? In reference to Bilbo Baggins, the unassuming pastoral titular hobbit with no experience adventuring, who joined a band of dwarves on their quest to reclaim their home from a fire-breathing dragon. Gandalf replies, some believe it is only great power that can hold evil in check, but that is not what I have found. It is the small, everyday deeds of ordinary folk that keep the darkness at bay. Small acts of kindness and love. Why Bilbo Baggins? Perhaps because I am afraid, and he gives me courage. My next tip is be kind. In the face of enormous problems, from health inequities to climate change, global pandemics, and political polarization, small acts of kindness and love, small everyday deeds will help us come together, learn about ourselves and the people we serve, to collaborate towards bigger and effective solutions. My next tip is stay curious. Approach every patient and illness with the curiosity of a journalist. Who, what, where, when, and why will lead you to many diagnoses. In pulmonary fellowship, I saw a patient in the hospital who had nodules throughout his lungs. He had been coughing for months and finally came in due to shortness of breath. A deep sample from his lungs found a slow-growing family of bacteria known as non-tuberculous mycobacterium. This was strange. He had no prior lung disease or smoking habits. It was only after a long series of questions that he told us he had recently purchased a hot tub to help with his lower back pain. His wife brought in a sample of what I can only describe as hot tub fuzz from the filter of the hot tub, which was inoculated with mycobacteria, leading to a condition that's actually called hot tub lung. Dr. Zimmer is infectious disease. As medical students, you have the luxury of time. You will sit down with your patients and learn their stories and risk factors for illnesses. You will gain insights on your patients' lives, priorities, and social determinants of health that will make your treatments and relationship with them more effective. The white coat brings with it significant privilege and power. We must be good stewards of the respect and the trust that it represents, which leads me to my next tip. Stay humble. No one person can do or know everything. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a relatively new father. Our son Miles was born the first week of pulmonary and cardiovascular systems, or PCV, in 2022. He was under careful watch by maternal fetal medicine due to being very growth restricted in utero. When babies are born, the most reassuring thing is to hear their cry, as their lungs fill with air and circulate their blood with oxygen. Miles did not cry. He came out floppy and gray. Having seen countless babies come out this way over the years, I thought to myself, I know what to do here. As I stood to walk to the resuscitation pod, my thought switched to, I think my blood pressure is low. I should sit down. Followed by, yep, it's still low. I should lay down. I then had one of the shortest and best naps of my life and woke up to the obstetrician looking over me, mouthing the words, "Are you okay?" Miles thankfully perked up with some stimulation and had a reasonably uneventful stay in the neonatal ICU. From the moment he was born and many times since, he has shown me that despite years of training, I still have a lot to learn. Staying humble reduces complacency. All great doctors are lifelong learners. But you know, perhaps the second most humbling thing which happened to me that year was in the course evaluation for PCV, when one of your upperclassmates wrote, "Love the dad jokes." Folks, I had only been a dad for 6 weeks. In the words of every father ever, they were just good jokes. My sister's in the crowd and I can feel her face palming. This leads to my final story. A few months ago, the medical ICU team was rounding with the mother of a young patient who was suffering from multi-organ failure on life support. We were discussing that while there were small signs of improvement, the patient was not out of the woods yet. It was a somber conversation, which was interrupted by Julie Andrews belting out, "High on the hill was a lonely goat, her lay, ole, ole, ee-oo," at full volume from the mother's phone. "That's my sister's ringtone," she said. We shared an awkward glance, and we both started laughing. And with that, the tension of an unthinkably stressful situation was briefly diffused. My last tip to you all is share the laughter. Life and medicine have moments of being slightly absurd and tonally inconsistent. Humor is one of the healthiest forms of coping. There is healing in laughter. Allow yourself to have those human connections with patients in times of joy and sorrow. Medical school is a time of tremendous growth, not just in knowledge, but in experience with the world and yourself. You will go through your training, learn where you want to spend your efforts, and decide how to make a difference for your patients and communities. Remember your identities, the people who have supported you, and the road you traveled to get here. In the words of another one of your classmates, lean on your fellow students. I was and continue to be pleasantly surprised with how easy it has been to find and make friends and the depth of our connection. It is because of these connections that I can honestly tell the incoming students that it'll be okay. Everyone gathered here is invested in your success. I know that I do speak for the CU School of Medicine when I say you belong here. We are all excited to have you go on your new adventure. You and your generation give us courage. And when you are a seasoned attending physician, as your pop culture references go from relevant to dated to obscure, when your family and friends ask if maybe your training was 2 to 3 years longer than necessary, hopefully you can look back and say that the journey was pretty great. Thank you.
Thank you, Arun. That was outstanding. I can confidently say that's the first speech I've ever heard where someone sang a tune from The Sound of Music and referred to Hot Tub Love. And by the way, Dean Zimmer really appreciated the clarification that she's an ID physician. So thank you so much for that address. And just to point out, the selection of our keynote speaker is done by the class ahead of our incoming class. And I think the reason it's so important to point this out is it's part of the culture here that the students look out for each other and want the best. So they chose Arun as a speaker because they knew it would be impactful, and it was fantastic. So thank you, Arun. I have the honor of introducing another outstanding speaker and someone who's been a role model for me. I will apologize for dating him somewhat, but I still remember this individual as my attending when I was an intern in the emergency room here at University Hospital. As part of internal medicine residency, you do spend some time in the emergency room, and my experience with him was so impactful that I almost considered changing my career. I learned a great deal about patient care, in particular in humanism, from this individual. I'd like to introduce Dr. Stephen Lowenstein, who's a professor of emergency medicine and internal medicine and the Associate Dean for Faculty Affairs. Dr. Lowenstein is the advisor for the medical student chapter of the Gold Humanism Honor Society, and we'd like to ask him to join us on the stage here at the podium. Thank you, Dr. Lowenstein.
Hot tub, lung? Seriously? Okay. At this time, will all of the honorees please join me on the stage? I am privileged to be with you today for the induction of new members into the School of Medicine's Gold Humanism Honor Society. 31 medical students from the class of 2025 were selected by their peers for this honor because they are extraordinary exemplars of humanistic patient care. As you have heard, the Arnold P. Gold Foundation is a national organization founded 36 years ago to help medical students, physicians in training, and all of us learn to balance the high-tech skills of medical science with skills often attributed to the art of medicine, such as compassion and empathy. Because even as the business of medicine, big data, medical technology, and AI grow at a rapid pace, the Gold Foundation and these 31 new members are champions for humanism as an enduring and essential component of patient care. In the hospitals and in the clinics, these students offer not only their incredible knowledge, but their curiosity, their words of encouragement, and their kindness. They remind us every day that the science of medicine and the art of medicine are inseparable. And when they are not studying, honing their diagnostic and procedural skills, and preparing for any patient care challenge that may come their way, these students are also advocates for humanism in the world around us, the world outside of medicine, because they cannot and will not accept what they see in our communities. A recent pandemic that disproportionately affected communities of color, human beings experiencing homelessness or left in long food lines because they are hungry, racism that cuts short so many lives and curtails life's potential. As George Thibault, president of the Macy Foundation, wrote recently, "It will be hard to have humanism in medicine if there is no humanism in the world around us." And now one last point before we proceed to the formal induction. The Gold Humanism Honor Society is about more than a certificate and a gold pin. Each year, the members of the Gold Humanism Honor Society complete different projects that stem from their own passion for humanistic medical care and community service. For example, The GHHS students organize and lead the Student Clinician Ceremony, which celebrates students' transition from classroom learning to clinical clerkships, which all of you will participate in a year. They co-edit the publication Letters to a Clerkship Student, which is a collection of encouraging letters written by students who have finished their clinical clerkships to the more junior students who are just starting. The GHHS students volunteer at the SAME Cafe. SAME stands for So All May Eat, where they meet persons experiencing homelessness and food insecurity and serve them meals in a dignified restaurant setting. 3 years ago, the students began visiting patients hospitalized on the palliative care service, and after hearing their stories and learning about their families, their achievements, their adventures, their proudest moments, they used portable printers to create visual tokens of humanity, harnessing the power of art and storytelling to promote healing and human connections. Every year, these students perform holiday songs for children and their families at Children's Hospital Colorado, bringing smiles, hope, and joy to the small humans, their family members, and the hospital staff. And one last activity to tell you about. Every year, the GHHS students spend Valentine's Day with patients at the University of Colorado Hospital, Children's Hospital, Memorial Hospital in Colorado Springs, and the State Veterans Home. The activity is called Love Rounds. These students bring handmade cards and flowers to these inpatients, and they stay for just an hour or two just to talk and laugh and share stories and love as they celebrate Valentine's Day with their new friends. Of course, the students do have to create the Valentine's Day cards themselves, and this activity requires preparation and pre-rounding and technical skill and card-making expertise. And as all students everywhere know, it requires a large supply of construction paper, crayons, glue sticks, and glitter. And now to all of you, our new students in the class of 2028, just one brief message. I encourage you to look to these honorees of the class of 2025 as role models for the art of doctoring, because over the next 4 years, you will spend thousands of hours learning about health and disease in lecture halls and on the wards and in operating rooms and emergency departments and in clinics and offices all over Colorado. But learning the 5 branches of the superior mesenteric artery isn't all that you need to know. These Gold Humanism Honor Society students who first donned their white coats at this same ceremony only 3 years ago, they believe in you. They are counting on you to remain curious and compassionate in all your endeavors, to care for your patients, to care for each other, and to hold on to your dreams. Simply put, they are asking you to never give up on who you are. And now to all of you, the new inductees of the class of 2025, each of you has been selected as a member of the Gold Humanism Honor Society because your peers and all of us believe you have demonstrated excellence in clinical care, leadership, caring and compassion, and service. You were selected because, in a word, you have the human touch. And just one other note, a heads up. You are all standing on the stage very close to the table with all those brand new Littman cardiology stethoscopes. Don't even think about it. Now I would like to introduce Drs. Troy Kincaid and Austin Butterfield, who will greet each new inductee and hand them their GHS certificate and pin. Dr. Kincaid graduated from the CU School of Medicine in 2022 and is now a third-year medicine pediatrics resident. As a resident, he finds joy in teaching medical students, and he leads the internist teacher workshop for our fourth-year medical students. And Dr. Butterfield graduated from the School of Medicine in 2011. He's a child and adolescent psychiatrist and director of medical student education for the Department of Psychiatry. Dr. Butterfield is a dedicated medical student advisor, and he also serves as faculty advisor for the resident chapter of the Gold Humanism Honor Society. And it's also my honor to introduce Dr. Jennifer Adams and Dr. David Ecker, who will introduce each new inductee. Dr. Adams is a general internist caring for patients at the Colorado Coalition for the Homeless in Denver. She's professor of medicine and assistant dean of medical education, and she oversees the longitudinal integrated clerkships. And Dr. Ecker is a hospitalist and associate professor of medicine, assistant dean of medical education, and director of the preclinical or PLANES curriculum. So please walk across the stage as your name is called by Dr. Adams or Dr. Ecker, and then I ask you please remain on the stage so that we can recite the oath together. Guys.
Good morning and congratulations. We are so privileged to introduce these new inductees to the Gold Humanism Society. I'm going to read the names and a brief introduction to our new inductees. For those who are not able to be present today, we'll just honor them by reading their names in the interest of time. So first up this morning is Brandon Abel. Brandon is a native Coloradan, growing up in Parker, Colorado, and attending college at the University of Colorado Boulder. He loves to connect and build relationships with his patients and is excited to pursue a career caring for patients from all walks of life as an otolaryngologist following a research year. Rima Amin. Rima hopes to practice as a pediatrician and is passionate about advocacy and STEM education for children of all backgrounds. Before starting medical school, Rima served as a member of the National Health Service Corps through AmeriCorps, which has shaped her aspirations to establish a career rooted in increasing access to pediatric care for children in under-resourced communities. Ligia Batista. Ligia is a first-generation student born into a family of farmers and maids. She is pursuing a career in child abuse pediatrics. During her LIC year, she was part of the community health cohort and worked at Salud and Clinica sites in the Northern Front Range. She is a research track student, and she serves as the Vice Director of Advocacy on a National Executive Board of Medical Students with Disability and Chronic Illness. Tyler Benjamin. Allison Broad. Allie is pursuing a career in emergency medicine and is especially passionate about firearm injury prevention and harm reduction. She looks forward to a career which centers around providing quality care to marginalized patients and communities. Victoria Clare. Victoria's commitment to global health and service to underserved communities is evident by her significant contributions. She played a key role in the operations of Team Heart in Rwanda, reinitiating the Centering Pregnancy Program for Afghan refugees, and will be dedicating a month to providing medical care to refugees in Tijuana. Victoria also led a research seminar in Rwanda, developed a specialized curriculum on refugee health as an ambassador for the Community Health and Advocacy LIC, and volunteers her time at the Dawn Student-Run Free Clinic. She is now pursuing a career in internal medicine. Gabrielle Coleman. Gabrielle is from Parachute, Colorado, and is proud to be part of the School of Medicine's Rural Program, through which she completed her clinical year among low-resource communities on the Western Slope. She is considering family medicine with an interest in addiction medicine and prenatal care. Scott Collins. Kylene DeSmith. Kylene is a future pediatrician whose priorities are patient and family relationships, communication, and empowerment. She has used her time in medical school to improve medical care for typically underserved populations, including leadership for a pediatrics clinic providing care and education for children in single-parent households and unhoused families, as well as in a student group partnering with community members to discuss healthcare racism and strategies to increase justice in the healthcare system. She hopes to use her time with the GHHS to partner with patient and family advisory councils and to help students be more connected to the healthcare communities we serve. Jane Wynn Ewing. Jennifer Felker. Jen Felker, a member of the Fort Collins Branch campus, is passionate about dispelling stigma around medication-assisted treatment for individuals with substance use disorders and writing op-eds that explore the ethically ambiguous areas of medicine. She is looking forward to pursuing a career in psychiatry. Kavya Ganthula. Kavya is currently deciding between specialties, but is passionate about crafting a professional journey that combines her desire to work with immigrant and refugee populations along with health policy. She is involved with local advocacy groups and currently pursuing an MPH to strengthen her health leadership skills. Emily Germany. Emily grew up in a family with 7 kids just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. She studied neuroscience and worked in nursing homes before moving to Colorado for medical school. In addition to loving the low humidity of Colorado, Emily enjoys discussions about student and provider mental health and will gladly tell you about when she took a year off medical school for her physical and mental well-being. Since returning with a vengeance, Emily channels her energy into women's health and the LGBTQ community. Her goal is to make you feel like the most important person in the room when she talks with you. Teresa Hackler, Erica Hancock. Erica originally became interested in medicine while volunteering at rural orphanages in Thailand. Her heart for the underserved has led her to pursue full-scope family medicine with a focus on rural healthcare. She is looking forward to providing patient-centered care wherever she ends up. Ankit Herpara. I will turn things over to Dean Ecker.
Clinton Kimsey. Clinton is originally from Georgia, and he is pursuing a career in primary care and medical education. As a former teacher, he's passionate about empowering his patients through health promotion and medical literacy. Taylor Martinez. Martin Maxwell. Martin is passionate about the connection between physical and mental health. He brings his love of connecting with others from his previous work as a licensed therapist and looks forward to a career in psychiatry where he can continue to practice mindful and intention connection. Dylan Meekling. Sonali Panduri. Sonali is passionate about healthcare for the underserved and is excited to go into internal medicine. She finds great reward in working with those experiencing homelessness and leads CU Street Medicine, a group that brings healthcare to the unhoused. She strives to serve marginalized patients throughout her career and help bring them the care they inherently deserve. Sophie Rosenberg. Sophie is passionate about reproductive health and is pursuing a career in obstetrics and gynecology. Sophie created a longitudinal OBGYN curriculum for fellow medical students aimed at early exposure to various subspecialties in the field, increasing access to mentors, and providing volunteer advocacy and research opportunities to our students. Marika Rosato. Alessandra Santiago. Alessandra is pursuing a career in either emergency medicine or general surgery with a focus on trauma and acute care surgery. Alessandra's prior work as a climate negotiator for the Republic of Palau on the United Nations Paris Climate Accord set the stage for her current research in natural disaster-related morbidity and mortality, which she hopes to continue in academic medicine. Anima Shrestha. Anima is a passionate disability advocate and has spent her time in college and medical school raising awareness and creating spaces for individuals with disabilities. Her passion has led her to pursue a career in child neurology to continue caring for and advocating for and with the disability community. Jason Sidrick. Jason is from Huntington Beach, California, and is the son of a psychiatrist who from a young age, his mother told him, "You talk too much to be a psychiatrist." Thus, he is pursuing a career in orthopedics. Thanks for making me say that. Jason looks forward to combining his love of biomechanics with a humanistic approach to patient care to get people back to doing what they love. Andy Steiner. Andy is a non-traditional medical student, partner to a world-class spouse, and father to 3 daughters. He looks forward to embarking on a career in anesthesiology that combines his passions of providing compassionate care to patients of all ages and elevating the health and well-being of his fellow healthcare providers. He hopes to inspire people that it's never too late to pursue your dreams. Carolyn Walsh. Philip Winters. Philip is originally from San Diego, going into internal medicine and aiming to subspecialize. Philip has a passion for teaching and medical education and hopes to be a mentor and source of support for future generations of doctors to come. Yoo-Jin Yu. Yoo-Jin, originally from South Korea, is an inspiring plastic surgeon with dedication to serving diverse communities, including breast cancer survivors, transgender patients, and burn victims. A passionate advocate for the underserved, Yoo-Jin's commitment to compassionate, patient-centered care is fueled by her extensive volunteer work with Make-A-Wish and Reading Partners. Patrick Zimmerman. Patrick was born at Denver's own Rose Hospital, growing up as a musician and performer among a family of neither musicians or performers. They look forward to a career in internal medicine where they hope to embark on a career-long journey of mitigating secondary trauma in the healthcare profession through education and community support. Congratulations, everyone.
So before we ask you to recite the oath, GHHS class of 2025, I want to thank all of you. Thank you for your commitment to clinical and scientific excellence and compassionate patient care. Thank you for working so hard to amplify the voices of others who have been marginalized or forgotten. Thank you for all those times you put your own well-being on hold for just a moment longer so that you might make a difference in someone else's life. And now we will ask you to recite the Gold Humanism Honor Society oath. Please read along with me. I pledge by all that I hold dear, physician, I will care for my patients with compassion, respect, empathy, integrity, and clinical excellence. I will listen to my patients with my whole being. I will advocate for each patient as a unique individual. I will role model and mentor to promote humanism in healthcare. I will remember always the healing power of acts of caring. I will dedicate myself to joining with others to make healthcare optimal for all. Welcome to the Gold Humanism Honor Society, whose mission is to preserve human connections along with scientific excellence in healthcare. You will always be part of that mission. And I present to all of you the members of the Gold Humanism Honor Society of the class of 2025. Thank you all. I would like now to introduce our next speakers, Jennifer Felker and Victoria Clare. They are fourth-year medical students, and as of a minute ago, members of the Gold Humanism Honor Society. They will speak to you, the class of 2028, explaining the gratitude journals that you are about to receive. Before I introduce them, I want to thank Kylene DeSmith, also a new GHHS member, for all her work helping edit and publish these gratitude journals. Jennifer Felker is an aspiring psychiatrist, and as you heard, she has spent the past few years fighting the stigma surrounding mental health and advocating for persons with substance use disorders. And Victoria Clare, who will be pursuing a career in internal medicine, is committed to global health and providing care to refugees and displaced persons here and abroad. And she has also led the development of a refugee health and advocacy curriculum for our students. These two future doctors of the class of 2025 told me how excited they are to present these gratitude journals to the future doctors of the class of 2028. Please welcome Jennifer and Victoria to the podium.
Good morning and welcome. My name is Jen Felker.
My name is Victoria Clare, and we are fourth-year medical students here at the University of Colorado. First of all, congratulations. This is a very special time for you and your loved ones, and we are very excited to have you join our CU School of Medicine family.
Today, you receive your first stethoscope as an instrument for listening to and caring for your patients. You are given white coats, which represent the professional role and identity you now attain. And finally, the School of Medicine gives you gratitude journals as a reminder to reflect on your wellness and growth as individuals. As represented by this triad of gifts to incoming students at the White Coat Ceremony, the faculty and staff at the University of Colorado School of Medicine prioritize your future patients, your new professional identity, and the immense importance of your wellness as you embark on this journey.
Today, we have the honor of introducing one of those special gifts, the Gratitude Journal, which you will receive when you come on stage. These journals have been thoughtfully created at the hands of many individuals here, including medical students, practicing physicians, faculty, and administrators.
Gratitude is positively linked to personal well-being and job satisfaction, and inversely correlated with burnout, an obstacle our profession routinely faces. There will be difficult times on your path, but there will also be countless wonderful moments that you will cherish. We hope this time will be transformative and empowering. You will have patients of your own who will trust you and look to you for guidance. You will become a witness to disease alongside its victims, an immense responsibility and a profound privilege. Our hope is that through the ups and downs of the years to come, you will practice gratitude each day and you will benefit from positive reflection.
As you embark on the stage of your training, our challenge to you is to explore 3 moments of gratitude every day and to write them down. No sentiment is too small. Be grateful for hot coffee, your newfound ability to catch sunrises, donuts at the cafeteria hospital, a phone call with your family, the resident who spent time teaching you, the patient who made you laugh. Our peers help you study for the next exam. Everything counts.
I'm sure throughout your orientation, you've heard many variations of people warning you how difficult medical school is going to be. But despite the early mornings and late nights, endless practice questions and Anki cards, hours spent retracting in the operating room, and never being able to master cutting the suture quite the right length, the past three years have truly been the most rewarding years of my life. I am grateful for the ability to witness a new mother lock eyes with her newborn child through a clear surgical drape after being asked to assist in her C-section. For attendings who believed in me, for the resident who guided me through my first intubation, for the patients who shared stories about their lives and showed me pictures of their dogs, and for friends I could always rely on when I needed them.
I found gratitude in moments big and small. I'll always cherish the first time I scrubbed into a surgery and the first time I was trusted to catch a baby. I'm grateful for lessons learned from outstanding mentors at our institution and for the passion and dedication of my clinical preceptors. However, little things like singing a song with a patient to help her get it through a procedure, getting dinner with your classmates after a hard shift, or quiet moments looking at the mountains from the top floor of the hospital add so much. I challenge you to look for gratitude even in difficult times, when launching Anki for what seems like the millionth day in a row, or when getting the surgeon's question wrong in the OR, as these moments also contribute to the growth you will experience over the coming years. This journey is a gift and a privilege. It may be challenging, but it will also be immensely rewarding. Our gratitude to be in medicine hasn't left us throughout our medical education, and we hope it inspires you as you begin yours. Welcome, good luck, and don't forget to have fun.
Good morning. Before we begin Before we begin with the white coat ceremony, I'd like to recognize alumni and donors for their generous contributions to the education of our medical students. I would also like to take a moment to honor and thank those who have served or are actively serving in our military. Please stand up to be recognized. We thank you for your service. We now invite the members of the class of 2028 to come by and be introduced. Lamar Cherry will release you by rows from the outside aisles. Will the first department chair please stand and prepare to present white coats? Students, bring your white coat with you when you come up to the stage. Our department chairs or their representatives will place your white coat, and a member of the Alumni Association will hand you your stethoscope. Current GHHS members will hand you your gratitude journal. As part of the orientation, the class of 2028 wrote an honor code statement, which is found in your program. Dr. Shanta Zimmer, Senior Associate Dean of Education, will have the students sign the honor statement as they leave. The honor statement will be later framed and placed in the lecture hall during your journey through the curriculum. So let's go ahead and start. Kyle Adlaka. Kyle received a BBA in Finance from the University of Notre Dame. Alejandro Agudelo. Alejandro received a BA in Anthropology and a BA in Chemistry from Florida State University. Nagar Ahmadian. Nagar received a BA in Integrative Physiology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Emma Arai. Emma received a BS in Biology from the University of Colorado, Denver. Sakthi Asokan. Sakthi received a BS in Biochemistry from the University of Colorado, Denver. Darren Asatori. Darren received a BA in Neuroscience with a minor in Biomedical Research from the University of California, Los Angeles. Sherwin Adegechi. Sherwin received a BS and an MS in Physiological Sciences from UCLA. Tope Ayudele. Tope received a bachelor's in health sciences from Ontario Tech University. Isaac Barsky X. Isaac received a BS in psychology from the University of California, Davis. Sam Barini. Sam received a BA in Biochemistry and Molecular Biology from Lewis and Clark College. Katie Berrien. Katie received a BS in Biology from Creighton University. Neha Bharadwaj. Neha received a BA in Public Health Studies from Johns Hopkins University. Vrishank Sai Bikumala. Vrishank Sai received a BS in Biology from the University of Colorado, Denver. Jocelyn Blair. Jocelyn received a BA in Psychology and Medicine, Health and Society from Vanderbilt University. Reed Boyce. Reed received a BA in Neuroscience and Psychology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Hank Brand. Hank received a BA in Evolutionary Biology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Samantha Braverman. Samantha received a BS in Biology from the University of Florida. Beatrice Bridge. Beatrice received a BS in Computer Science from the University of Puget Sound. Nathaniel Bennell. Nathaniel received a BA in Biochemistry, Molecular, Cellular, and Developmental Biology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Cassandra Berger. Cassandra received a BA in Integrative Psychology and Integrative Physiology and Psychology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Jose Cabas Barraza. Jose received a BA in Chemistry from the Florida International University. Carson Campisi. Carson received a BS in Molecular Biology from the University of Denver. Emily Carr. Emily received a BS in Molecular Biology from Brigham Young University, Provo. Nicole Case. Nicole received a BA in Biology from Amherst College. Argudit Chauhan. Argudit received an MS in Biomedical Engineering from the University of Colorado Boulder. Michelle Cho. Michelle received a BS in Biochemistry Biology from Brandeis University. Kevin Chung. Kevin received a BS in Neuroscience from the University of Southern California. Sarah Clark. Sarah received a BS in Cellular, Molecular, and Developmental Biology from Colorado Mesa University. Madison Clemens. Madison received a BA in Neuroscience from the University of Colorado Boulder. Iselina Kozman. Iselina received a BS in Biochemistry from the University of Notre Dame. Will Cordet. Will received a BS in Biopsychology from the University of California, Santa Barbara. Abigail Cousins. Abigail received a BS in Neuroscience and Behavior from the University of Notre Dame. Nell Crosby. Nell received a BA in Biological Sciences from Columbia University and an MA in Human Physiology from North Carolina State University. Quinlan Cuddy. Quinlan received a BS in Biology from George Mason University and an MS in Modern Human Anatomy from the University of Colorado Anschutz Medical Campus. Jonathan Daly. Jonathan received a BS in Neuroscience from the University of Notre Dame. Ryan Dang. Ryan received a BS in Physiological Sciences from the University of California, Los Angeles. Bryce Daniels. Bryce received a BS in Applied Physiology and Kinesiology from the University of Florida.
Elena DeSchutter. Elena received a BS in Microbiology, Immunology, and Molecular Genetics from the University of California, Los Angeles. Lily Dent. Lily received a BS in Biology, Health, and Society from the University of Michigan. Arjun Diol. Arjun received a BA in Neuroscience from Pitzer College. Zoe Driggett. Zoe received a BA in Neuroscience from the University of Colorado Boulder. Maggie Dubis. Maggie received a BS in Bioengineering from Santa Clara University. Ryan Dumais. Ryan received a BS in Chemistry from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Galileo Dumont. Galileo received a BA in Biology from St. Olaf College. Benjamin Jung. If you're excited now, just wait until graduation. Benjamin received a BS in Biology from the University of Colorado, Denver. Deanna Dwyer. Deanna received a BS in Neuroscience from the University of Michigan. Brock Dykema. Brock received a BS in Health and Exercise Science from Colorado State University. Nader El-Haj. Nader received a BA in Biology from Boston University. Hunter Fleming. Hunter received a BA in Integrative Physiology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Ian Fleming. Ian received a BA in Biochemistry from the University of Colorado Boulder. Tag Forward. Tag received a BA in Molecular, Cellular, and Developmental Biology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Sarah Francisco. Sarah received a BS in Biochemistry and Molecular Biology from Gettysburg College. Brendan Frankel. Brendan received a BA in Biology and Economics from Cornell University and an MPH in Health Disparities and Health Inequality from Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. Caleb Garris. Caleb received a BS in Biology from Metropolitan State University of Denver. Victoria Gonzalez. Victoria received a BS in Kinesiology and Health Sciences and Public Health from the College of William and Mary. John Gregory. John received a BS in Wildlife Biology from Colorado State University. Pavan Gudapati. Pavan received a BS in Neuroscience with a double major in Economics from the University of Minnesota, Twin Cities. Kara Hall. Kara received a BS in Biology from the University of Utah. Bilal Hamza. Bilal received a BS in Neuroscience and Economics from Trinity College. James Hahn. James received a BS in Biopsychology from the University of California, Santa Barbara. Charlotte Hazlett. Charlotte received a BA in Public Health from Brown University. Mason Hayes. Mason received a BS in Biomedical Physics from Creighton University. Annie Heckman. Annie received a BS in Biochemistry from Loyola Marymount University. Justin Hagel. Justin received a BA in Anthropology from Colby College. Amy Hong. Amy received a BS in Biology from the University of Colorado, Denver. Christian Holt. Christian received a BA in Spanish Studies and a BS in Public Health from Brigham Young University. Mariah Horvath. Mariah received a BS in Neuroscience and Behavior from the University of Notre Dame. Catherine Hullen. Catherine received a BS in Genetics and Anthropology from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Zachary Hurt. Zachary received a BS in Cell Biology and Neuroscience from Montana State University. Ainsley Hutchison. Ainsley received a BS in Human Physiology from Boston University. Maxton Hyson. Maxton received a BS in Cellular and Molecular Biology from Fort Lewis College. Aaron Ishmael. Aaron received a BS in Biochemistry and Molecular Biology from the University of Miami. Purva Joshi. Purva received a BS in Molecular Cell and Developmental Biology from the University of California, Los Angeles. Julia Callett. Julia received a BS in Biological Sciences from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
Lalitha Kanumuri. Lalitha received a BS in Microbiology and Immunology from University of Miami. Sama Kareem. Sama received a BA in Neuroscience from University of Colorado Boulder. William Kaufman. William received a BS in Molecular and Cellular Biology from Johns Hopkins University. Shamir Kazi. Shamir received a BS in Psychology from the University of Florida. Allison Kelly. Allison received a BA in Biology from Northwestern University. Clara Kennedy. Clara received a BS in Molecular and Cell Biology from the University of California at Los Angeles. Catherine Kesselman. Catherine received a BS in Neuroscience from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Sufi Khan. Sufi received a BS in Chemical Engineering from the University of Illinois at Chicago. Feruz Kidane. Feruz received a BS in Evolutionary Anthropology from Duke University and an MS in Biomedical Sciences from Regis University. Ward Kirschbaum. Ward received a BS in Biology from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Jonah Kleinberg. Jonah received a BS in Bioengineering Biochemistry from Northeastern University. Jeremy Ladd. Jeremy received a BS in Finance from Colorado State University. Elizabeth LaJoy. Elizabeth received a BA in Spanish Language and Literature from University of Colorado at Boulder. Caroline Linerio. Caroline received a BA in Sociology from the University of Colorado, Denver. Maifuang Wen Lei. Maifuang received a BS in Computational Applied Mathematics from the Colorado School of Mines. Rebecca Lee. Rebecca received a BA in Applied Mathematics from Brown University. Brett Lee. Brett received a BA in Neuroscience from the University of Colorado, Boulder. Ethan Lee. Ethan received a BS in Genetics and Genomics from the University of California, Davis, and an MPH in Environmental Health and Epidemiology from Emory University Rollins School of Public Health. Hunter Lindsay. Hunter received a BS in Molecular Biology from Brigham Young University. Alex Lockwood. Alex received a BS in Biology from the University of San Diego. Jax Long. Jax received a BS in microbiology from Colorado State University. Brian Lorenz. Brian received a BA in molecular, cellular, and developmental biology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Jacqueline Liu. Jacqueline received a BS in global disease biology from the University of California, Davis. Evan Lundberg. Evan received a BA in psychology and a BS in pre-medical studies from Colorado Christian University. Brian Ma. Brian received a BS in computer science and biology from Northeastern University. Siddhartha Maligrede. Siddhartha received a BS in molecular biology from University of Texas in Dallas. Curran Manley. Curran received a BA in psychology from the University of Montana. Sarah Martin. Sarah received a BA in voice performance and a BS in physiology and neurobiology from the University of Maryland. Stella Martin. Stella received a BS in biochemistry from the University of Colorado, Denver. Grayson Medalis. Grayson received a BS in biochemistry and ecology, evolution, and organismal biology from Colorado Mesa University. Delaney McCann. Delaney received a BA in molecular biology from Colorado College. Evan McKee. Evan received a BA in integrated physiology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Jessica McQuaid. Jessica received a BS in biochemistry from the University of Colorado, Denver. Simon McSweeney. Simon received a BS in biology from Rhodes College. Isaiah Mucklesey. Isaiah received a BA in biochemistry from the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. Saket Murede. Saket received a BA in biochemistry from Colorado College. Madison Merrill. Madison received a BS in biology and an MS in clinical investigations from the University of Utah. Natalie Metzger. Natalie received a BS in psychobiology from the University of California at Los Angeles.
Catherine Micheletti. Catherine received a BS in bioengineering economics from the University of Pennsylvania and an MPhil in population health sciences, health data science from the University of Cambridge. Paul Miller. Paul received a BS in civil and environmental engineering and an MS in civil and environmental engineering from Virginia Tech. Ross Mosley. Ross received a BA in biological sciences from Cornell University.
Samantha Null. Samantha received a BS in Biological Sciences from Virginia Tech and an MPH in Epidemiology from the University of Colorado. Jihi Nam. Jihi received a BA in Public Health from Johns Hopkins University and an MHS in Environmental Health from Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. Karan Nayak. Karan received a BA in Neuroscience from Northwestern University. Andrew Nino. Andrew received a BA in Asian Studies, Chinese, from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Matthew Nguyen. Matthew received a BS in Neuroscience and Behavior and an MED in Education from the University of Notre Dame. Riley Nichols. Riley received a BA in Integrative Physiology from the University of Colorado, Boulder. Calvin Nicoli. Calvin received a BS in Business Finance from Colorado State University. Carter Niedert. Carter received a BS in Biomedical Engineering from the University of Utah. Allison North. Allison received a BS in Sports Medicine from Pepperdine University and an MS in Biomedical Sciences from Colorado State University. Elena Ock. Elena received a BA-SC in Cognitive Science with a minor in Art History from McGill University. Juliana Odu. Juliana received a BS in Biology and an MPH in Public Health Epidemiology from the University of Toledo. Uche Okafor. Uche received a BS in Biology from LaSalle University. Esther Ocadino. Esther received a BA in Psychology and an MA in Biology from Washington University in St. Louis. Amanda Olson Dufour. Amanda received a BA in Neuroscience from Dartmouth College. Kelly Olson. Keely Olson. Keely received a BA in Molecular and Cellular and Developmental Biology from the University of Colorado, Boulder. Shauna O'Neill. Shauna received a BS in Nursing from the University of Texas in Austin and an MS in Nursing from Emory. Chris O'Rear. Chris received a BS in Biomedical Engineering from the University of Colorado, Boulder. Amanda Owens. Amanda received a BS in Anthropology, Human Health and Biology from the University of Oklahoma. Maya Palmer. Maya received a BA in Neuroscience and Psychology from the University of Colorado, Boulder. Martina Pani. Martina received a BA in Political Science from George Washington University. Vishal Patel. Vishal received a BS in Neuroscience from Carnegie Mellon University. Chiagazi Paul Onya. Chiagazi received a BS in biochemistry from the University of Nigeria and an MS in physiology and neuroscience from Wright State University. Benjamin Peoples. Benjamin received a BS in biochemistry and philosophy from Washington and Lee. Tessa Petersell. Tessa received a BS in kinesiology from University of Utah. Danielle Pham. Danielle received a BS in biochemistry and chemistry and an MPH in public health from the University of California, San Diego. Ashley Pietra. Ashley received a BS in biology from the University of Florida. Nicole Pilstrom. Nicole received a BA in biochemistry from Vassar College. Drew Pitter. Drew received a BA in global public health from University of Virginia. Nicolas Portillo. Nicolas received a BS in biology from University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. AJ Hukale. AJ received a BS in public health from University of Colorado, Denver. Nicholas Rowe. Nicholas received a BS in biological sciences from the University of Southern California. Sarah Rauch. Sarah received a BS in molecular and cellular biology and psychology from the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign.
August Richter. August received a BA in human physiology from the University of Minnesota. Nathaniel Riemann. Nathaniel received a BS and an MS in biomedical engineering from Johns Hopkins University. Drake Rosenberg. Drake received a BS in cellular and molecular biomedical science and an MSc in biomedical engineering from the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. Gemma Ryu. Gemma received a BA in biology and history from Brown University. Luke Safayan. Luke received a BS in molecular and cellular biology from the University of Arizona. Ishan Sahu. Ishan received a BS in neuroscience and economics and an MS in innovation management and entrepreneurship from Brown University. Andreon Sanajust. Andreon received a BS in physiologic science from the University of California, Los Angeles. Lucas Schaff. Lucas received a BA in ecology and evolutionary biology and French from the University of Colorado Boulder. Catherine Shoemaker. Catherine received a BS in human physiology and nutrition from the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. Megan Morin-Darte. Megan received a BA in molecular, cellular, and developmental biology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Ethan Smith. Ethan received a BS in biology from the University of Massachusetts Amherst. Mila Smith. Mila received a BS in neuroscience from New York University. Bryant So. Bryant received a BA in music from Princeton University. Sophia Springfield. Sophia received a BS in biochemistry from Montana State University. Catherine Strail. Catherine received a BA in Spanish from the University of Iowa. Zachary Steinecker. Zachary received a BA in English and Spanish from Emory University. Michael Stinnett. Michael received a BS in biomedical sciences from Colorado State University. McKenna Studemeyer. McKenna received a BS in human biology from Cornell University. Jack Stratbeck. Jack received a BA in biology from St. Mary's University of Minnesota. Avani Tomhooker. Avani received a BS in biomedical sciences from Arizona State University. Dalton Tanner. Dalton received a BS in neuroscience from Brigham Young University. Kevin Toole. Kevin received a BS in science and business from the University of Notre Dame. Callista Tran. Callista received a BA in biochemistry from Colorado College. Aaron Wang. Aaron received a BS in pharmacology and therapeutics and an MS in experimental medicine from McGill University. Carly Wayne. Carly received a BS in biochemistry and a BSN in nursing from the University of British Columbia. William Watts. William received a BA in molecular, cellular, and developmental biology and biochemistry from the University of Colorado Boulder. Harrison Widener. Harrison received a BS in biochemistry and molecular biology from Pennsylvania State University and an MPH in epidemiology and biostatistics from Boston University. Christian White. Christian received a BS in neuroscience from Brigham Young University. Cooper Weens. Cooper received a BS in biochemistry from Fort Lewis College. David Winter. David received a BS in physics and biochemistry from the University of Denver. Jessica Woon. Jessica received a BS in human biology from the University of Southern California. Allie Wu. Allie received a BS in neuroscience from the University of Notre Dame. Ginny Yao. Ginny received a BS in psychobiology from the University of California, Los Angeles. Nolan Unisai. Nolan received a BA in Molecular, Cellular, and Developmental Biology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Ali Zaidi. Ali received a BS in Neuroscience from the University of Southern California. Julian Ziegelbloem. Julian received a BA in Psychology and French from Northwestern University. That's your class of 2028. I now invite Dr. Shanta Zimmer, Senior Associate Dean for Education, to the podium to lead the class of 2028 in the reading of their honors statement.
Thanks, Dr. Suhu. Thanks again to all of our teammates who made today's ceremony so special. Before we move on to the class honor code statement, I just also wanted to say thank you to all the loved ones, family members who are here today. Congratulations to all of you in addition to your students. But I also want to say thank you for laying the foundation, which we promise to build upon in these wonderful future doctors. We vow to help them grow into wonderful physicians, and we'll need your continued support as we help them along the way. Some of you may not know about the honor code statement, so I just wanted to say a couple of words about it. The students prepare the honor code statement together, so this is really their first assignment as the class of 2028. And class of 2028, I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart how proud I am of the words that you put together. Reading those over the last couple days and preparing for today, I was struck by how much you are like all of us. I think there are a lot of things said about the profession of medicine that maybe it's not the same as it used to be. Reading your words, it absolutely is, and better. So thank you for that. I am acutely proud of you today, which I know will be a chronic condition for the rest of our time here together. Now please stand with me to read your honor code statement, which is in your program. We're going to do it together. We, the class of 2028, devote ourselves to be compassionate, respectful stewards of our community, patients, colleagues, and future. We humbly accept the responsibility and privileges entrusted to us as medical trainees and embrace our role as patient advocates. We recognize that our role is not just to heal, but to support and uplift those who trust us with their health. We acknowledge systemic inequities and injustices and commit ourselves to dismantling these barriers, fighting for a just and healthy world. We vow to continually recognize the individuality and humanity of our patients and their families. We will empower each other to serve and succeed, providing support to our team to foster a better environment for patients and staff. We will hold each other to the highest standards to promote mutual respect, honesty, integrity, and the grace for growth. In recognizing the responsibility of our profession, we will maintain humility in this endeavor. We therefore invest in our own wellness so that we may be the best providers for our patients. We promise an unwavering commitment to learning, curiosity, engagement, and embracing discomfort to better comfort others. We envision a brighter future through furthering the field of medical science and accept our role as leaders as we adapt to future challenges and welcome new advancements. We vow to never take for granted the title of physician. Ultimately, this calling is about guiding each patient on their journey as we strive to provide healing to our community and communities across the world. I mean it, you got to me, class of 2028. Thank you for being amazing role models to all of us already. We're gonna be here with you for the next 4 years and beyond. Please hold on to those white coats that you received today. You'll exchange it in the bookstore to receive your embroidered coat once they have been delivered, and we are expecting those coats to be delivered in late September. If you have edits to the way you would like your name embroidered on your coat, I saw a few engagement rings coming by, please correct this by Friday, August 2nd at 4 p.m. And do not forget to take the stethoscope box that is under your seat, as it contains important information as to how to thank our alumni donors. That concludes our matriculation ceremony for the class of 2028. Congratulations to the Gold Humanism honorees. Enjoy your day.